Regular Labs, extensions for Joomla. In this video, we'll take a look at the pro version of Articles Anywhere. In the last video, we looked at the basics of the free version. Now we'll take a closer look at the exciting extras that the pro version has to offer. In the previous video, we've already seen how you can place a single article or specific data of that article with the article tag. So let's continue where we left off. In the last example, we had this code which outputs the title, intro text, and read more button of 3 articles. This is what it looks like on the website. What we have done here is duplicate this code 3 times. The only difference is the title of the article in the article tags here. As you can imagine, this solution is not very dynamic. What if we add an animal like pigs? Then we have to copy this code again. So let's make this better using the pro version of Articles Anywhere. In this video, we'll be working with the latest Articles Anywhere Pro version 8.2.0. And what you see here is a Joomla 3.8.11 setup. If you're using newer versions, things might look a bit different. Instead of using the article tag, we will use the articles tag, so the plural word. To begin with, we'll just remove this code for the dogs and guinea pigs articles. The articles tag allows us to display multiple articles with one single tag based on filters. Don't forget to change the ending tag to articles as well. Instead of just using the title of the single article here, we can add filters to display articles by category, tags, article titles, custom fields, and a lot more. In this case, we want to show all articles from the category animals. So let's put that in the articles tag. And there we have the result. All articles from the category animals are displayed automatically with our title, intro text, and read more button repeated for every article. Now let's add an extra animal article to see what happens. I already created this pigs article to save time, but it's unpublished, so we'll just publish it. Let's refresh the page, and look at that. We now have all 4 animals listed here without needing to touch that code. But what if we wanted a horizontal line between each article? How do we do that? Now, just to explain what is happening in this code, this articles tag tells Articles Anywhere what articles it needs to look up. Then between these article tags, we tell Articles Anywhere what data to show of every article. So this part gets repeated for every article. If we want to have a separator between each article, we can use the separator attribute inside the articles tag. So to have a horizontal line, we can simply type separator equals HR. HR is the HTML code for a horizontal line. And there you go. Now every article is separated with a horizontal line. Also, be aware that the content that gets repeated for every article doesn't have to only be article data using the data tags. It can also be fixed text or HTML. This way we can add HTML to style things in any way we want. In this HTML view, it's easier to add HTML. Let's surround the whole content part with a div. And we can give it a class, well. This is a ready-to-use Bootstrap class which is supported by the template we're using. Now that's looking awesome, but as you can see now, we don't really need that horizontal line anymore. So let's remove that separator. That's looking good. By default, Articles Anywhere will show all articles matching the given filters. So if we had 50 articles in the animals category, it will show all of them. But we may only want to show the latest 3. Well, good news. We can define the number of articles we want to display, and we can also define the ordering in which the articles are displayed. We do so with the limit and ordering attributes. For example, to only show the latest 3 animals published, ordered by date, we set the limit to 3, and ordering to publish up DESC. Publish up corresponds with the field name of the article publishing date, and DESC means in descending order. Let's refresh the page. We now only have 3 articles displayed, and they are ordered by the publishing date. The pigs article is the first one on top because it's the most recent one that we published. You can order articles by anything you want, alphabetically, by date as we've just seen, by number of views, or even in a random order. You can find all the possible ordering options in the documentation. Another feature of Articles Anywhere Pro is the ability to place images attached to the article. That means that not only can you place the intro image or full text image, but you can also output images that are placed inside the content of the article's text. For example, if we add this image1 tag, the one referring to the first image in the article, so you can choose second or third with a 2 or a 3, etc., the first image from each article will appear on the page. That works, but notice how the images are output the same size as they are in a full article. In this case, that makes a mess of the layout. No problem. Articles Anywhere has the ability to automatically create resized images. We can specify the width or the height, and the image will be resized maintaining its aspect ratio. Let's try a width of 300 pixels. That's better, but maybe a lesser width would look even better. And if we also add the height, the image will be cropped to fill the specified dimensions. Let's make the image a square with both width and height at 150 pixels. Much better. You can fully control the behavior of the Resize Images feature via the Articles Anywhere plugin settings. This is just the beginning of what you can do with images in Articles Anywhere Pro. There are a great amount of possibilities that allows you full freedom on which images to display and how to display them. Beyond just images, you can also place YouTube and Vimeo videos that are embedded inside your article. The sky is the limit. We'll discuss and play with all the features regarding images and videos in separate video tutorials. Articles Anywhere supports if statements. That means we can show or hide content based on special conditions. For example, say that some of the animals articles have an intro image assigned to them, some don't. If an article has the intro image, we want to use that in the overview we are creating. But if it doesn't, it should fall back on the first image found in the article content as we defined earlier. We can do that with if tags. Let's start by wrapping our image in if tags. Now, inside this if tag, we need to place the condition. In this case, if an image intro exists for an article, we want to show that, image intro. Else, so if there is no image intro assigned to an article, we want to fall back to showing the first image of the article as we defined earlier. You can also conditionally output HTML, content, or data based on the dynamic values, like the number of the article in the list, or if it's an even or uneven article in the displayed results. For example, we can align the image on the right if it's an even article, or on the left if it's an uneven article. The image left and image right classes we use here are class names I prepared earlier. And just because we can, let's add a nice ready-to-use Bootstrap class to both. Articles Anywhere Pro supports a whole range of different if structures conditions, which we'll get into in a separate video. Up until now, we've told Articles Anywhere to output all articles in a particular category, animals. But you can also use a lot of other filters to determine which articles you want to show, and you can even combine multiple filters. For instance, let's say we only want to display animals that have the tag rodent. To do this, we simply add a filter to the opening articles tag. When we refresh the page, there are all the articles from the animals category with a rodent tag. We can also use wildcards and filters. For instance, if we wanted to display only articles whose title or alias begins with the letter D, we could use this filter. Articles equals D and then asterisk or star, meaning anything. Refresh the page, and there you have it. Or, if we only want to show articles with the word pig in it, we could use this filter. Articles equals asterisk, pigs, asterisk. Refresh the page, and there you have them. There are a bunch of other filters that you can use to display articles. You can input a comma-separated list of articles, or also filter by authors, or date ranges, or even custom fields, and much more. We'll dig into more filtering options in another video. Now this is just a taste of what you can do with Articles Anywhere Pro. There are a lot of other features like using custom fields, customizing data, overriding settings, combining Articles Anywhere with other extensions, etc. You can find a lot of this explained in the Articles Anywhere tutorial. We'll also go more in depth into these topics in other video tutorials. So just to recap, we've seen how easy it is to place specific data of all articles in a certain category, And we've seen we can use all sorts of other filters, like tags and custom field values. We've seen how to place article images, how to resize them, and we've also learned how to conditionally show stuff using the if tags. There are a lot more advanced features to explore in Articles Anywhere. Head over to the tutorial to find more treasures, or stay tuned for other videos that look more in depth at specific functionalities. Regular Labs, extensions for Joomla.